Talking in terms of power, where the power is, who's shaping the condition of our lives, who determines the quality of the air we breathe, the food we eat, the water we drink, the kind of jobs we can have, the images we have to deal with and such.
If I can sing this song without you, maybe all is well. If we can sing this song without you, we don't need your world.
This is my letter to the 1%.
If I can sing this song without you, maybe all is well. If we can sing this song without you, we don't need your world.
Power to those who read bell hooks, power to those who sell books, power to those who know how the inside of a cell looks. All those feeling helpless, forgotten or discarded. Power to the strange fruit you thought was rotten in the garden. Power to those sitting alone, seeking solace in the calmness. Power to those feeling stained, know your tomorrow isn't tarnished. Power to those who sweep the streets with more knowledge than PhDs. Power to those who keep their keys, return as promised, please believe. Power to those that suffer in silence, those it hurts to hear. Power to those that hold their ground, power to those that persevere. Power to those that love humanity more than they love style. Power to immigrants, probably raising Donald Trump's child. Power to the blind who can't imagine what sight is, those staring at the moon and all those working night shifts. Power to the readers, the writers, the illiterate. Power to those that struggle to decolonize their syllabus. Power to the shy ones who always struggle to make friends on the half of humanity worth less than 8 men. Power to those that risk their life to dig the coltan from the ground for the mic I'm spitting on and the phone you're holding now. Power to those that built the stadium they're playing in. Power to those that mowed the grass and stitched the ball that they're playing with. Power to every rapper that doesn't rap about killing. Power to the builders who build buildings that outlive them.
If I can sing this song without you, maybe all is well. If we can sing this song without you, we don't need your world.
Power to the slaves of ancient Greece that never had the right to vote. Democracy dead like Gary Webb when they import it like it's coke. Power to those that write to prison. Power to those writing home. Power to those writing poems. Power to those that died alone. Power to Curtis Mayfield. Power to Ronald Isley. Power to the fishermen that were forced into piracy. Power to every person that is working in a library. Power to every nurse that we turn to in our times of need. Power to the unions and the miners that you're punished. Power to those that drive the buses and those that collect the rubbish. Power to the youth desiring the truth. Power to every rapper that is dying for a fire in the booth. For those that lost limbs to King Leopold's quota and those risking their lives for the P&O to Dover. Power to union leaders murdered by power to victims of this globalized Cosa Nostra. Power to those dying on the shores and the borders. Power to human beings that were rendered fauna and flora. Power to those that cleaned up after the stage show and carnival goers still haunted by Kelso Cole Crane's ghost. Power to Kevin Carter, his picture taunts us ever after. So many questions never answered. Remember the last words of Abdel Muhsin السعدون الأمة تنتظر الخدمة الإنجليز لا يوافقون. Power to El Jawahiri and his rebellions. They killed his brother Ja'far and he cursed the rotten Temsians. Enlightened despots pursuing tactics Machiavellian. Chinese steel preceded Europe a millennium. Think about it, printed press half a millennium. Never get close. Power to Ken Loach and every volunteer in Lesbos. Cuban doctor sent to Sri Lanka for the tsunami. Power to those that cleaned up after the Bullingdon parties.
If I can sing this song without you, maybe all is well. If we can sing this song without you, we don't need your world.
Kids knowing Apple products before they know what an apple is. Forgotten like passengers on the USS Indianapolis. Dying days before they could see what little boys damage did on the precipice of fascism. Our passiveness is cancerous. Power to those strong enough to dream. Power to those that chose not to be a cog in the machine. Power to those that love first and hate never. Power to those that sleep on the streets through grey weather. Power to Aziz Ali, bone thugs in harmony. Power to Norman Baker, David Kelly's own artery. Power to the genocided population of Tasmania. The internet descends to Trump-tastic fantasia. Let them try quote this. You'll never find a better diagnosis than collective psychosis. It's getting quite hopeless, but hope is all we have. Trying to cultivate the positive, not focus on the bad. But the globe's under attack. The obnoxious rage of a fake intellectual. Amazing grace in the age of the spectacle. Not the first time they found a race is selectable to raise to the pedestal and desecrate the place that translated the decimal. I don't want to tempt fate. Power to corpse washers like Salvador Allende. Power to language learners, Bernie Sanders fans to flag burners. One man's inertia is another man's purpose. In the utopia of song, we are victorious, but the bittersweet reality's not this glorious. Power to Coltrane watching Malcolm X. Power to Paul Robeson under house arrest. Power to Galileo under house arrest. Power to Ibn Haytham under house arrest. Forgive me if I sound obsessed. This is my letter to the 1%. The redistribution of power. The redistribution of power. We want the redistribution of power. We want the redistribution of power. We want the redistribution of power. The redistribution of power until your power is ours. Until your power is ours.
If I can sing this song without you, maybe all is well. If we can sing this song without you, we don't need your
And I remembered the case of Ahmed Sadiq. I'm not sure if people here, that name will ring a bell. He was a student at Sheffield University.
I'm actually here.
No way. No way. Oh wow.
Thank you. So, yeah. Thank you very much. My name is Ahmed Sadiq. I'm a PhD student at the University of Sheffield. ISIS seized control of my hometown Mosul. I lost my dad because of that. Applied for asylum. The government detained me in 2017. Luckily, I had the support of the people from Sheffield, Loki, and many others. We pushed really hard, and luckily, last month, I managed to get a visa for 5 years, and that allowed Thank you very much. I really wanted, the only reason I'm here, not only to support migrants and asylum seekers, but also to say thank you to Loki for tweeting my case. Without his support and your support, I wouldn't be able to be here. I wouldn't be able to